everybody, welcome back. And I do have to apologize. Basically, the first couple of minutes, the first minute or two, it will be post-game replay, just like this, because I forgot to record. So for the first minute and a half, like 2 minutes, it'll be like this, and then we will get into the live gameplay. But playing some Khazix with the buff Duskblade, and personally, like it's I don't know, I still think it's a solid item, but it's just like, you know, it really comes down to personal preference, and as a player, like, do you value this item over others? And for me, it's like a 50-50, you know. But I do remember back in, I think it was like season 7, and basically like season 5, 6, and 7, Duskblade Rush was so good on Khazix. So before it didn't even get nerfed really, but what they did is they buffed the Youmuus. They gave more damage to the Youmuus, and they gave more armor penetration, and I believe ability haste to the Youmuus. And basically that buff that they gave to the Youmuus, it put the Youmuu's Ghostblade Rush so much better than the Duskblade Rush. But before that buff, as right here, it will be live gameplay for you. The Duskblade Rush was so good, man. Like, combining it with Electrocute was so good, man. Literally just like broken, completely broken. As right now, like I said, you know, it really comes down to personal preference. Like, as a player, as Khazix, do you enjoy rushing Duskblade over Youmuu's, or do you prefer Youmuu's? And I would say it's controversial, because a lot of people say, oh, you know, the armor pen boots are better than the gluttonous greaves boots. You know, I've seen some people say that, oh, you know, Duskblade is so much better than Youmuu's. And it really will come down is to personal preference, like what you enjoy and what you prefer over the others. As this game right here, we decided to actually rush Duskblade mainly because their support was Misfortune. So if you take a look at their team, they really didn't have much healing and that much shielding effects. So I thought it would be a good time to actually try and see and how it felt, like rushing the Duskblade. And I really don't remember if it was, you know, my first time doing it or like a couple of times. But as I said, like, I'm not completely sold on it. And it's mainly because I think a lot of people can confirm this as well. Like, it depends on your games. Like, my games, I get tremendous annoying supports. Like, I play against Karma, Soraka, Lulu, Seraphine, like Lux. I play against these champions so often, you know, like Alistair, Nautilus, Leona even sometimes. Like, Leona I've been playing against very, very often lately, and I don't understand why. So I'm playing against these champions that have so much shielding effects, so much healing effects, that for me in my games, especially playing Khazix, it got to a point where it's like I have to prioritize building the Mortal Reminder and the Serpent's Fang. And if I'm building the Duskblade before these items, it kind of is like I'm not giving myself the best chance of winning. And ultimately, I just want to win sometimes, you know, whether what game it is, I just want to win. And sometimes I feel like if I'm building Youmuu's, Boots, and then Duskblade, and then I'm building Serpent's Fang later, it just kind of like I don't know, it delays the power spike. But nonetheless, as you can see right here, like, the Duskblade damage is absolutely insane, especially with the latest buffs as well. And as I mentioned, you know, it really just comes down to like how you prefer to play, you know, what items you prefer over others. And like I mentioned just now, you know, I just prefer to build the very standard, you know, get the boots, and if they have healing, get Executioner's Calling straight into Serpent's Fang and then Edge of Night. So 2 items though that I haven't been building as of recently is the Black Cleaver. So this item right here, Black Cleaver, it's very, very nice on Khazix, but I really haven't been building it much often, mainly because I've just been committing to the full lethality. So it's like after Serpent's Fang, I build Edge of Night, and then after Edge of Night, like the last item I normally would either go Maul if they do have some AP, or just pick up Guardian's Angel. As you see in this game, I actually do pick up Guardian's Angel. But I've seen a lot of like the top Khazix players on my server, at least, right? They go Youmuu, Duskblade, Edge of Night, Serpent's Fang, and then Mortal Reminder. And I think, like, overall, you know, it's still a very, very good item. But I don't know if putting it over Youmuu's is the best build you can possibly do. You know, because I've talked about it a lot as well, is that, you know, League of Legends and Wildrift are very, very different. You know, Wildrift, like, the map is so small, and when you rush Youmuu's, it's so good. It's just like the movement speed you can get from bot lane to top lane, mid lane. You can just impact the game so much faster. And then combine that with like Khazix hop, the jump, you can cover distance so fast. It basically makes you like unkillable. As this game right here, you can see that I pick up the Maul mainly because the Akali and the Evelyn were dealing so much magic damage. So I pretty much had to pick it up. And then the next item I go for is the Edge of Night, as you can see, because the enemy team, they really didn't have much healing. So this game right here is like one of the many few games where I could afford to build the Duskblade because they didn't have much healing. But normally my games, man, they're just filled with like tanks, healing, you know, champs. And then my team always picks like, what is it, Blitzcrank or, you know, Pike. And the enemy team is like Soraka. Oh my god, man, Soraka is broken. But this is one of the many few games that I managed to actually be like, okay, you know what, I wanna try to see how the Duskblade feels. And it's still very, very solid, but I wouldn't personally, I don't put it above the Youmuu's yet. You know, I think they either have to nerf Youmuu's or do something else with Duskblade to put it above. As right here, we're just waiting for Tristana to get into isolation. And you can kind of see the damage. The damage is there, man. Like, the damage is actually insane. As right here, Evelyn. This Evelyn really wanted to kill me, man. And then the whole team comes, but the stun from Renekton actually saves my life as the Misfortune ultimate completely misses me. And I survive with a shiver of health. And I'm just hovering around. I'm trying to just play around, man. But they can't kill me right here. And but this Evelyn just really, really wanted to kill me. This Akali too, like they're coming for me. And you see, so I'm just hovering around. I'm like, okay, maybe we could do Barret. And then the Akali jumps in. Then the Evelyn just shows herself again, just really wants to kill me. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna stop fooling around. I'm just gonna reset and get a couple of items and look to end the game. So a very fun and a little competitive, but not that competitive. Like it was pretty easy. Like I was super fed. I got some very, very easy kills. And from there, it's just trying to end the game, secure the objectives, and then look to end the game as soon as possible. But the season, so this video goes up. The season is about to end, but this game right here was a couple of days old as well. That's normally how my games are. It's either like 3 to 5 days ago before I upload them, mainly because my upload schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. I try to upload as much as I can, but I can't manage to upload every day. It takes too much. You know, sometimes my videos just aren't good if I force myself to upload every day. So I think having the videos like this, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, it feels better. You know, I get to focus a little bit more on playing as well, as we have a very, very nice video coming up soon. But the season is about to end right now. As look at that damage, almost one shot of the Evelyn right there, man. I believe there's about 3 days left, 4 days right now when this video goes up. So the season is right around the corner. I can't wait to see, are they going to nerf Khazix, do anything to Khazix? I think they will. Like, I personally think they will nerf Khazix, like, to a certain degree. As right here, we decide to pick up the Guardian's Angel. And you can see, like, this. So right here, I noticed that Akali, she's basing in the bush. Use my ultimate, then jump in. And you can see, like, 700 damage for an auto attack. Absolutely insane. Like, if you pair the Duskblade up with the Electrocute, That would be absolutely beautiful. I might try that out in like legendary rank, maybe, you know, just fool around a little bit and see like multiple builds, how it will be. But as you can see, it's pretty simple, easy game right now, as we managed to pick up the Elder Drake and we push in the lanes and we managed to win the game nice and easy. It's a very nice, easy game, but not all my games are like this, man. Not all the games are like this, but we managed to get a decent like enemy comp, and I was like, okay, you know what, rushing the Duskblade this game might be good, so we'll try it out. As we managed to get a pretty nice game with the Duskblade. But let me know what your guys' opinions are, like how you feel with Duskblade Youmuu's. Like, do you think it's better? Like, how is it? And also, like, where do you think Khazix, what are they going to nerf about Khazix? I feel like they're definitely going to nerf something with his isolation damage, or something to do with his late game scaling. That's what I kind of feel like they would do leaning into the season. The end of the season, as Draven picks up the MVP. Nice easy game, man. You always need some of these every now and then. First win of the day with buff Duskblade Khazix. I really hope you all enjoyed. Peace.